We are Nerd Gold Online, and this is Looney Tunes Wacky World of Sports. In this game, you play basically one of the classic Looney Tunes characters, and then you basically play a round of 4 different sports: basketball, soccer, or football, depending on what you prefer to call it, golf, and then tennis. And as you go, you pick up some items that will actually assist you. You can also use power-ups along the way to help score either better or do more damage, things like that, in order to help you more guarantee the win. And then at the end of the 4 games, the best of the 4 players that are playing is basically crowned the champion. Now, of course, as you see there, you can change the difficulty up as well as change the number of matches you end up playing to determine the winner. I went with basically the default settings of medium difficulty and the number 4 matches. Honestly, that was a mistake because the game was much more difficult than I anticipated. Now, I chose one of my all-time favorite characters, Wile E. Coyote, and ironically, the AI picked the Roadrunner, and so I kind of made it my goal to, at the very least, defeat the Roadrunner, if not win overall. Obviously, I was going for the gold, and you actually don't get to see the end of the entire series, but I did end up getting 2nd place, and I did beat that dang bird.
Time to spin the Acme Wheel of Blaze a Wacket for You need a Wacket and a 10-gallon hat to play tennis in.
Now, the game does choose randomly which match types you do in order, and for us, we started with tennis, as you can see. Now, going into this game, my expectations were actually pretty high, considering the sheer number of games like this already in existence, and so much great gameplay to borrow or steal from. And so probably my expectations were a little too high going into this, and I admit that. Couple that with a lot of great characters and some cool effects, it was promising to be a great game. Now, the tennis, for the most part, worked pretty well. The only real issue I had is how uncooperative the AI was on my own team. And, like right there, consistently he's just whacking it every single time he's in the right place. He gets to the right place and he doesn't even swing. And that continues on through most of the match and in most of the modes where it puts 2 players together. But all things considered, the tennis mode really wasn't bad. Once I anticipated my teammate being an idiot consistently whenever I needed them not to be, and to be in the way when I needed them not to be, it became much more manageable and quickly regain the ground. But, ultimately still lost in the end. But it wasn't bad. Now, we failed to record the footage of the gameplay of soccer and golf. Now, golf was interesting because there's actually a lot of hidden tunnels that kind of teleport your ball to different places and do different things, kind of like a long distance version of mini golf. Where there's obstacles to avoid, obstacles to try to hit through, and hitting certain ones will give you power-ups that make the next swing easier and things like that. However, the aiming mechanic, the distance gauging mechanic, definitely left a lot to be desired for. Visually, the game is fantastic. But going back to gameplay, especially with the idiotic AI at a lot of the points in the game, it definitely became more frustrating in golf. Now, with golf, I basically missed anywhere close to where I was trying to get to, just because it didn't really do a good job of explaining the golf mechanics prior to putting us in the mode, and it had me go first. So I didn't really know what I was doing, completely botched the first hit. But then after watching the AI go next, it made more sense as far as how to aim and how to actually properly hit the ball. Then going into it with soccer, it does 2v2, just like it's doing here. And in that, I ended up getting paired with the Roadrunner. And for the majority of the game, we pretty much held possession of the ball almost the entire match. The couple times that we lost it, the other team pretty much instantly scored, where their goalie was basically on fire and blocked every single shot we did, no matter how many times we passed it, went around them and kicked it in. It was always in the right place to catch the ball no matter what. And our goalie was the exact opposite. And then here in a sec, you're actually going to see some of the basketball. So we'll go into that one once we get there. But with soccer, the mechanics for passing, for stealing, basically be attacking to trying to get the ball, mechanically was well done. But the AI was just, for the goalies, way too strong for the opponent's team and way too weak for my team. And it made it a extremely unfair advantage in their favor.
Advantage in. Game points. Juice. Advantage up. That's match point. I scored!
Let's jump into basketball. Get ready for a hay bale of basketball excitement.
So here we go into playing basketball. And this was actually the mode I probably was looking most excited for, because typically I have a good time playing basketball games, even though it's not a sport that I tend to play in person. Of course, me being a big fat guy, I'm not going to be getting very far on the court doing it physically. So I have to resort to doing it in video games. But out of all just general sports, it's probably my favorite to actually play in real life, and I suck. Now, the mechanics for stealing the ball, for going up and down the court, and for shooting made a lot of sense. Now the tip off here didn't quite make sense as far as how I was supposed to be doing it. Just as far as the hitting X at the right time, and had some issues there, and it wasn't real clear without having to stop and read the bottom mid gameplay what buttons to press. And here becomes a case of where the AI is really good at syncing those shots, and where pretty much every shot I attempted to make essentially just bounced off the rim. I believe I ended up getting 1 or 2 in towards the end, but the majority of the shots I tried were either blocked like that, flagrant, wow, wrong word, goaltending, but beyond obviously breaking common rules, the game itself basically allows both players to do that, and it works with the theme of the game. Now, going into
Box office that I want to better see.
the end of the game, the AI basically got a little bit better at syncing shots, and I progressively consistently failed at syncing them myself. And it had a lot of potential, and overall I definitely found that it fell short of my expectations here. I was hoping something more akin to NBA Jam, but with Looney Tunes. And overall, I thought the game fell way short of my probably way too high expectations. The visuals were great. The controls ultimately made sense once I figured them out, and took some time to actually look at the screen instead of the actual gameplay while I was going to see which buttons did what. But the AI system is just, again, way too aggressive even at lower difficulties, and makes for a much worse gaming experience. And for somebody that typically likes to play alone, this game is definitely not one that's going to be getting regular play on our side. And again, just greatly disappointed in the end result of what we got. But that's it for this episode. I will catch you all next time. Thank you as always for watching.